with the whole yard watching close. My father running with the string prize and giving it the most of his remaining breath until the kite caught what it needed and climbed into the blue where all the other kites competed. Catch the wind, that's all it takes. Catch the wind before the evening breaks. Catch the wind and let the string run long. Catch the wind and carry something like a song. Jest pius Mr. Flego, you once triplet. We took turns holding it once it was setting high, learning how the pressure in the line could tell you why the kite behaves a certain way when the current shifts below, and why you let it run, and when you pull to keep the float. There's something in a kite that teaches what you can't force still, that the wind is always stronger than intention or your will. But if you find it and you follow it, you can go far, and sometimes that's enough to reach a little past where you are. Catch the wind, that's all it takes. Catch the wind before the evening breaks. Catch the wind and let the string run long. Catch the wind and carry something like a song. Every dream is a kite that needs the finding of its current. Not the forcing, but the feeling of the moment and the urgent stillness in the runner at the moment of release. Let it go to find its peace. Catch the wind, that's all it takes. Catch the wind before the evening breaks. Catch the wind and let the string run long. Catch the wind and carry something like a song. There's a light that comes in late October, late afternoon, that turns the whole hillside to something near the moon. In its warmth and how it flatters every face and stone and tree. And for 20 minutes everything is golden and is free. Golden evening light, come and hold the world a while. Golden evening light, turn everything to smile. Golden evening light, 20 minutes of the truth. Golden evening light, this is how I see you. A beauty arrives without announcement, and it leaves the same. It doesn't hold a press conference, and it doesn't stake a claim. It just comes and fills the valley, and then it goes its way. And the people who were watching are the ones who kept the day. Golden evening light, come and hold the world a while. Golden evening light, turn everything to smile. Golden evening light, 20 minutes of the truth. Golden evening light, this is how I see you. Beauty arrives without announcement, and it leaves the same. It doesn't hold a press conference, and it doesn't stake a claim. It just comes and fills the valley, and then it goes its way. And the people who are watching are the ones who kept the day. Golden evening light, come and hold the world a while. Golden evening light, turn everything to smile. Golden evening light, 20 minutes of the truth. Golden evening light, this is how I see you. Mama pressed the passport between her hands like a hymnal. Said a prayer into the cover that was quiet and minimal. She asked for stay frozen, for open doors ahead, and for someone at the other end to give her child bread. I was 21, boy. I felt too old for prayers and for pause, but now I travel with those words, the way some travel with song. Passport, and a prayer, that's all I had to go. Passport, and a prayer, that's all you need to know. Passport, and a prayer from a woman at the gate. Passport and a prayer, small things that carry weight. 320 flights and a train and a bus to foreign streets. And I arrived at a door I'd never seen with cold and wet feet. The man who opened it was someone I had met just once before. But mama had called ahead and he said, welcome and open more. That chain of hands across the distance is a kind of grace. Every one of us just holding each other into place. Passport and a prayer, that's all I had to go. Passport and a prayer, that's all you need to know. Passport and a prayer from a woman at the gate. Passport and a prayer, small things that carry weight. Years later, I stood in my own gate with my own child's book and pressed my hands around it and gave it the same look. I said the same words she said, though I changed them just a little. Cause every generation adds themselves into the middle. Passport and a prayer, that's all I had to go. Passport and a prayer, that's all you need to know. Passport and a prayer from a woman at the gate. Passport and a prayer, small things that carry weight. The old sugar mill stands at the edge of the cane field, half broke. Its chimney grown over valves with vine and shadow and smoke. From long before my time, when this island sweat went sweet, and the ones who worked those mills never sat in any sea. Sugar mill ruin, standing in the cane field heaven. Sugar mill ruin, holding all the pain. Sugar mill ruin, time has not erased. Sugar mill ruin, everything still faced. Children dare each other to go past the broken wall at night, but in the daylight it's just stone and overgrowth and light. I stood inside the old wheel room and felt the weight of air, that kind of quiet that holds memory everywhere. And the walls don't speak, but they have kept what happened in their lime, and anyone who listens knows this building holds a climb. Sugar mill ruin, standing in the cane field heaven. Sugar mill ruin, holding all the pain. Sugar mill ruin, time has not erased. Sugar mill ruin, everything still fades. Don't let the vines cover it, or let the stones get moved. The ruin is a record, and the record must be proved that something happened here before the road was built and why. And the country that we are today grew from what lived inside. Sugar mill ruin, standing in the cane field heaven. Sugar mill ruin, holding all the pain. Sugar mill ruin, time is not erased. Sugar mill ruin, everything still fades. Old Samuel came around in the dry season every year. People said he had a way of making clouds appear. He'd walk the field and feel the ground and say his word and wait. And 3 days later, without fail, the rain would find the gate. And rain doctor, walking through the dust. Rain doctor, earning all our trust. Rain doctor, reading what the land requires. Rain doctor, answering the earth's desires. From south to north, Samuel had a gift, or simply knew the way the sky behaves when certain grasses push on through. The way a certain beetle moves the day before the storm. The way the hills go purple with a specific shade of warm. What some call mystery was observation long and deep, the kind that takes a lifetime and a willingness to keep your eyes on everything around you without looking for reward. Just watching and just knowing what the dry land is moving toward. doctor, walking through the dust. Rain doctor, earning all our trust. Rain doctor, reading what the land requires. Rain doctor, answering the earth's desires. Every community needs someone who can read the signs that others hurry past and notice what they need. Sammy was a magic, he was patient and was old. And patience long enough becomes the most valuable gold. Rain doctor, walking through the dust. Ooh, rain doctor, earning all our trust. Rain doctor, reading what the land requires. Rain doctor, answering the earth's desires. After 8, the market changes into something different still. The food vendors light their kerosene lamps on the hill, and the whole square turns amber with a warm, unsteady glow. And the smells of cooking come from every row below. Night market burning in the dark and warm. Night market sheltered from the evening storm. Night market feed whoever comes tonight. Night market, everything is running right. The wise and peas are done, and there's the fried fish on the side. And the mannish water from the pot that's been there since the tide. The morning when the goat bones went in for the whole day, and the vendor cups it out without measure and says, pay what you have. And sometimes what you have is not enough, and the cup still comes to you. Cause the night is tough for everyone in the market. After dark is different rules than the daylight version where the prices go by jewels. Night market burning in the dark and warm. Night market sheltered from the evening storm. Night market feed whoever comes tonight. Night market, everything is running right. In the night market, everyone is equal in the glow. Nobody's better lit than anyone, and all we know is that we're all here eating in the lamp's uncertain light. And that's enough to make the evening feel alright. Night market burning in the dark and warm. Night market sheltered from the evening storm. Night market feed whoever comes tonight. Night market, everything is running right. They went down to the river on the first Sunday of October. 6 widening figures walking through the brush, steady and sober. The whole church following behind them, singing all the way. And the river where the boulders part was awaiting in the spray. River baptism going under and rising. River baptism, no one is less surprising. River baptism, cold and clean and clear. River baptism, something holy here. My cousin was the third one in, and she was 17. The expression on her face when she came up was what I mean. By transformation, something moved behind her eyes and through. Like the river had agreed to carry something old and new. Was the only way to put it then, and now I still can say that the river had a role in what she became that day. River baptism, going under and rising. River baptism, no one is left surprising. River baptism, cold and clean and clear. River baptism, something holy here. Whether the holy is the water or the witness standing near, or the decision made before the going under in the year, and the effect is what you see when someone comes back up from down. Ooh. When they rise, the water running off their head and gown. River baptism, going under and rising. River baptism, no one is left surprising. River baptism, cold and clean and clear. River baptism, something holy here. Deacon's garden and stuff. Deacon got editions of the country stun. You back I hear out of chasing me. Yes, child, my flowers show. With so many times they gave him the permanent trophy, that perpetual standing ovation. And still he went out every dawn for his own private meditation. Deacon's garden open to the morning dew. Deacon's garden, every color, vibe, and true. Deacon's garden, nobody asked permission. Deacon's garden, grown without ambition. He let the children in on Saturdays to cut the blooms for Sunday, and never once complained about the ones that didn't handle Monday. Through the week with care, he said the flowers were forgiving, and a garden only kept for looking isn't really living. I think of him when anything I'm tending starts to close, and I remember cut what's ready, open up the gate and let it go. Deacon's garden open to the morning dew. Deacon's garden, every color, vibe, and true. Deacon's garden, nobody asks permission. Deacon's garden, grown without ambition. There is a kind of faith that plants a seed without the need to see which morning it will open and which color it will be. The deacon had that faith in spades and shovels and in rain, and what he grew was gratitude, and what he kept was play. Deacon's garden open to the morning dew. Yeah, yeah. Deacon's garden, every color, vibe, and true. Yeah, yeah. Deacon's garden, nobody asks permission. Deacon's garden, grown without ambition. Under the almond tree, they set the table up by noon, fomenting their opinions and the slapping that goes boom boom. Dominoes hit the wood so hard you'd think the table'd break, but it never does and never will and never is a mistake. Domino table under the afternoon shade. Domino table, the arguments are made. Domino table, nobody keeps the score. Domino table, this is what Saturdays are for. 4 months of Caddymo, Winston argues every rule, and even when it's clearly wrong, Chester keeps his face so straight, it's like a practice song. Delroy laughs at everything and plays it loose and free, and my uncle watches all of them and claps his hands with glee. It's not about the tiles, you know it never really was. It's about forming, needing somewhere to belong. Because the week is heavy and the world is not a gentle place. And the domino table is the one unchanging space. Domino table under the afternoon shade. Domino table, the arguments are made. Domino table, nobody keeps the score. Domino table, this is what Saturdays are for. They've been playing since the year that I was born and before. And I expect they'll play until they play no more. That table has absorbed a generation of dispute. And every hand of dominoes ends in something absolute. Domino table under the afternoon shade. Domino table, the arguments are made. Domino table, nobody keeps the score. Domino table, this is what Saturdays are for. 4 months have came. In the well-in seas, the best for September mangoes are the sweetest of the year. The ones that hang into the tail end and up here after all the others have already had their run. Drenched in all the rain months and ripened by the sun. September mango, one last gift before the cold. September mango, sweeter for the way. September mango, something to behold. September mango, always worth being late. Brackets, that's the days my father climbed the tree each year to get the highest one. Said the best fruit always goes to those who want it most, my sons. He'd come down with the bag full and we peeled them at the tap. The juice would run from elbow down to where the shirt was at. We'd eat until our stomachs hurt and still go back for more. Because September mangoes don't come twice and keep no score. September mango, one last gift before the cold. September mango, sweeter for the way. September mango, something to behold. September mango, always worth being late. Yeah. Everything in life that's worth the having makes you wait, makes you watch the seasons turn and trust the weight of time on what is growing in the way that matters most. The sweetest things are always what is nearly almost lost. September mango, one last gift before. September mango, sweeter for the way. September mango, something to behold. September mango, always worth being late. Ooh. Built without mortar and still standing 50 years on. Every stone chosen by a hand that's long since gone. My father showed me how the walls were fitted just so tight. Each one leaning on its neighbor, holding up the light. No two stones the same, and yet the whole thing holds its place. Like every different person making up one face. Stone wall, standing in the field. Stone wall, everything revealed. Stone wall, fitted tight and true. Stone wall, built by someone who knew. After every hurricane, we'd walk the boundary to check which sections held and which had tumbled into wreck. The fallen ones we'd stack back up by afternoon, and the wall would be as good or better by the moon. I never thought to ask who taught him how to build. That knowledge of the fitting and the choose in the field. Now I try to build a section and my hands don't understand what his hands new without thinking about the land. Stone wall, standing in the field. Stone wall, everything revealed. Stone wall, fitted tight and true. Stone wall, built by someone who knew. Every craft holds knowledge that can only pass by doing, by standing next to someone and by watching, by moving. The walls that follow walls built only from instruction. The walls that stand were learned by love and by construction. Stone wall, standing in the field. Stone wall, everything revealed. Stone wall, fitted tight and true. Stone wall, built by someone who knew. He sits up on the corner with his machete and his car. Same time every morning, it's a kind of beating heart of the neighborhood that knows that he'll be there come 6 with the young green coconuts and his particular tricks. 3 cuts and the top is off and you can drink it cold, and he's been doing it this way since before he looked this old. Coconut vendor keeping his place. Coconut vendor, familiar face. Coconut vendor, cold water inside. Coconut vendor, there's nothing left to hide. He knows the regulars by order, not by name alone. The one who wants it with the lime, the one who takes it home. The one who comes on Fridays for the jelly and the meat. The children who are 30 cents and stand there in the heat. He shortchanges none of them and never rushes what he does. And the corner is a little warmer than the rest of it because of the man who chose this post and chose to stay and chose to give the neighborhood a reason every day. Coconut vendor keeping his place. Coconut vendor, familiar face. Coconut vendor, cold water inside. Coconut vendor, there's nothing left to hide. Some people want the grand stage and the traveling in the name, but the vendor on the corner built a life of quiet fame, known to every person in a 6-block square around. And that is not a small thing, that is serious ground. Coconut vendor keeping his place. Coconut vendor, familiar face. Coconut vendor, cold water inside. Coconut vendor, nothing left to hide. Across the fence for 15 years without a plan. She'd hear me in the garden and she'd call hello and scan the yard for something new to comment on or to admire. And I would stop my digging just to lean upon the wire. Back fence neighbor in the morning call. Back fence neighbor catching what might fall. Back fence neighbor knowing when you're low. Back fence neighbor, someone you don't chose but you know. Ghost of Leckers, when my husband left, she didn't knock or make a formal fuss. She sent a pot of soup across the wire without a plus sign or any card or any need for me to say why the extra portion, why that particular day. She knew from the way I moved between the gate and forward door that something in the house had changed and needed nothing more. Back fence neighbor in the morning call. Back fence neighbor catching what might fall. Back fence neighbor knowing when you're low. Back fence neighbor, someone you don't chose but you know. Years go by and you don't think to say how much it means that someone knows the texture of your ordinary scenes. A face across a fence that knows your calendar by sound is a kind of love that doesn't ask to be found. Back fence neighbor in the morning call. Back fence neighbor catching what might fall. Back fence neighbor knowing when you're low. Back friends, neighbors, someone you don't choose what you know. Crocus bag on the shoulder. Oh, Crocus bag on the shoulder. Crocus bag on the shoulder, and the market just ahead. Everything we grew this week is in there for the bread. Oh, the provision that will get us through the week that lies ahead is carried in this rough cloth that my grandfather said, and us his grandfathers before that, and would go down the line if you treat the crocus bag with care and take the time. Crocus bag on the shoulder, walking to the town. Crocus bag on the shoulder, carrying what was grown. Crocus bag on the shoulder, empty coming back. Crocus bag on the shoulder, that's the honest fact. Crocus bag holds everything that hands put into the earth, from the plant in the cool season to the proof of worth. Not the market where the price is what the morning says it is, and you take what you can get, and the rest of it is this. Loading back the empty bag and turning for the road, and knowing that next season you'll come back with the same load. Crocus bag on the shoulder, walking to the town. Crocus bag on the shoulder, carrying what was grown. Crocus bag on the shoulder, empty coming back. Crocus bag on the shoulder, that's the honest fact. There's a dignity in the carrying that a car can never hold. The way the body leans into the load is old and bold. Every step from field to market is a story in the spine of the people carrying themselves along the line. On the shoulder, walking to the town. Crocus bag on the shoulder, carrying what was grown. Crocus bag on the shoulder, empty coming back. Crocus bag on the shoulder, that's the honest fact. Crocus bag on the shoulder. 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 Every child in the district wore a stitch into their first day. She worked from a small room where the light came in a ray. Across the cutting table and the bolts of cotton stacked, and the sound of the machine was the heartbeat of the track. It's a seamstress measuring twice and cutting is once. The seamstress making something out of once. The seamstress making everything sit right. Being out to seamstress, she'd take a measure with the tape and write it in a book that held the measurements of everyone and took note of how the body changes season over season past. She said the best thing about cloth is you can let it out till last. You made the wedding dresses and the Easter uniforms, and every little girl's first dress to wear outside the norms of school and work, and every child that came to her felt seen in a way that fit in someone, for the cloth is always been. And the seamstress measuring twice and cutting is once. The seamstress making something out of once. The seamstress in a room with the morning light. The seamstress making everything sit right. Is a kind of attention paid to form, to the body that lives in it through every storm. The seamstress who sees you right and cuts it to your truth is giving you the gift of feeling like yourself made new. The seamstress measuring twice and cutting is once. The seamstress making something out of once. The seamstress making everything sit right. Kept the ginger in the bag beneath the kitchen sink. Said a little piece of it in everything you drink. With would settle all the storms inside and keep the body warm. That was her prescription for surviving every storm. A cap full of the rum for good measure and for taste, and the medicine went down without a moment's waste. Rum and ginger for whatever ails you now. Rum and ginger, nobody questions how. Rum and ginger in the old enamel cup. Rum and ginger, something to lift you up. When my cousin came back from the city thin and raw, she sat him at the table and she didn't make it long. 3 cups of the ginger and she put her hand on his pot and told him everything that needed saying was just this: that home was still right here and it had not moved an inch, and the ginger in the cup would help him to not flinch. Rum and ginger for whatever ails you now. Rum and ginger, nobody questions how. Rum and ginger in the old enamel cup. Rum and ginger, something to lift you up. The old remedies are not about the herb or the root. They're about the hand that makes them history, and the care that is the fruit. Somebody taking time to boil the water and to pour is the medicine itself, and sometimes nothing more. Rum and ginger for whatever ails you now. Rum and ginger, nobody questions how. Rum and ginger in the old enamel cup. Rum and ginger, something to lift you up. Go out after the rain and pull the weeds while the earth is soft. Every plant standing straighter, every leaf lifted aloft. The smell of petrichor and green, and everything washed new. The garden is most honest in the hour after rain came through. The garden after rain is where I go to think. The garden after rain brings everything to the brink of something good and new and clean and right. The garden after rain makes everything feel light. Top dull and 60 enter cotton after rain, and pull the weeds will be a strain. So pray be as gentle in areas when my understand or feel like no one's to fleck our flowers. Our love for one alone, Tenigella, was enough of a place. No time of day is time seed on half of the main. Tomatoes and a mint and a single rose she named after the woman who had been her teacher, and who claimed that any life worth living has a thing that grows, something you tend to every morning, and that shows. The garden after rain is where I go to think. The garden after rain brings everything to the brink of something good and new and clean and right. The garden after rain makes everything feel light. You cannot rush a garden, and a garden cannot lie, and it gives you back exactly what you bring to it and why. The weeds grow where the care was thin, the blooms grow where love stayed, and after every rain it shows you what you made. The garden after rain is where I go to think. The garden after rain brings everything to the brink of something good and new and clean and right. The garden after rain makes everything feel like. At the edge of the village, past the Baptist church and down, there lived a woman that the doctors in the town could not explain away or quite dismiss with words. She grew her medicine and rose between the birds. Ooh. Healer woman, what do you know? Healer woman, where did the knowledge go? Healer woman, reading pulse and skin. Healer woman, where does healing begin? People came from 3 communities on foot, with ailments that the clinic somehow overlooked. She never made a promise and she never fixed the price. She'd look and feel and listen and give her advice. And sometimes what she gave was just a tea and just a word. And sometimes what that word did was the most that had occurred. In all the months of suffering that brought them to her door, just being seen completely was what they needed more. Healer woman, what do you know? Healer woman, where did the knowledge go? Healer woman, reading pulse and skin. Healer woman, where does healing begin? When the body breaks, the spirit often breaks beside it too. The healer who sees both of them knows what to do. Not everything that cures comes in a bottle with a label. Some of it sits across from you and pulls a chair up to the table. Healer woman, what do you know? Healer woman, where did the knowledge go? Healer woman, reading pulse and skin. Healer woman, where does healing begin? Healer woman. Up behind the community center past the second gate, there is a spring that comes from somewhere deep and runs late into the night and through the dry months when everything goes still. That water keeps on coming, cold and clear from the hill. 3 generations have cupped their hands and drunk from it by choice. And the spring has never spoken, but it has a kind of voice. Cool water spring, giving without asking. Cool water spring, it's one and only tasking. Cool water spring, nothing left to prove. Cool water spring, just running in its groove. Somebody's grandfather built the stone wall around the source to keep the animals from muddying its course. And every few years somebody clears the leaves and checks the run. This is the kind of maintenance that's done beneath the sun, without a meeting or a vote or anyone in charge. Just people understanding what belongs to everyone at large. Cool water spring, giving without asking. Cool water spring, it's one and only tasking. Cool water spring, nothing left to prove. Cool water spring, just running in its groove. Cool water spring, if you wanna know what generosity looks like, go and find a spring that feeds the valley and that doesn't seem to mind that no one thanks it and no one marks its name. It just keeps giving out the same. Cool water spring, giving without asking. Cool water spring, it's one and only tasking. Cool water spring, nothing left to prove. Cool water spring, it's one and only task. Iron Gate morning, swinging in the heat. Iron Gate morning, making something complete. Iron Gate morning, sound I know by heart. Iron Gate morning, this is where I start. When no hurling hound, that gate has spoken for this yard since before I had a mouth. Iron Gate morning, swinging in the heat. Iron Gate morning, making something complete. Iron Gate morning sound I know by heart. Iron Gate morning, this is where I start. When the old man passed, they oiled the gate as tribute and respect. In silence for a week, the creaking left the yard erect, in quiet that felt louder than the sound had ever been. because some absences announce themselves in what is unseen. After 7 days, someone let the rust come back, and the creek returned, and with it something we had left. Iron Gate morning, swinging in the heat. Iron Gate morning, making something complete. Iron Gate morning sound, I know by heart. Iron Gate morning, this is where I start. Our house reveals itself in the sounds it makes, in the creak of gate and floorboard, and in what it takes to move through it and know it in the dark without a light. The sounds of home are what you hold when home is out of sight. Yeah. Iron Gate morning, swinging in the heat. Iron Gate morning, making something complete. Iron Gate morning sound, I know by heart. Iron Gate morning, this is where I start. Iron Gate morning. January in the tropics has its own kind of cold, and not the freezing of the north, but a cool when you're old, enough to feel the drop at night and put a sheet on too, and wait before the sun to find the yard wrapped in blue. January cold in the early morning hour. January cold, for the sun has power. January cold, out the tunnel and doors of breath. January cold, between the life and death. My grandmother would say, this is the cold that cures. The week or two each year, when the temperature low and high, and everything that doesn't need to grow still a while, and the land rests like a person resting in their own style. She make a fire in the yard, not for warmth but for the ritual of having a fire in January, which she kept habitual. And we'd sit around in our sweaters, looking at the flame, and something about the cold made everything feel less the same. January cold in the early morning hour. January cold, for the sun has power. January cold, now the kindling draws a breath. January cold, between the life and death. Every place needs a resting season. Every life needs a still. Even the smallest cold is a reminder of the will of the earth to pause and turn inward before the heat returns. And January cold teaches what the rest of the year. Yeah, January cold in the early morning hour. January cold, for the sun has power. January cold, now the kindling draws a breath. January cold, between the life and death. For 20 years away, the same blue envelope, the same handwriting on the tray. He described the weather in the town where he was living now, and asked about the guava tree and how was the old sow. He never asked to come back home, and never said he missed it plain. But the letters came like clockwork, through the dry and through the rain. Last letter home, sitting in the tent. Last letter home, everything within. Last letter home, folded at the crease. Last letter home, letting out the peace. The When the letter stopped, my grandmother knew before the call. She'd been reading 20 years of him and she knew them all. Into the gaps between the words, well, where the real things lived. And a man who stops his writing has no more left to give. She kept the tin beside her bed until she went herself in. We found one tied with ribbon on the second shelf. Last letter home, sitting in the tin. Last letter home, everything within. Last letter home, folded at the crease. Last letter home, letting out the peace. A letter is a thing that holds a person in its paper. Ink and time and the particular shape of the letter maker. Long after the hand is still the voice stayed on the page. And the love locked in the envelope outlast every age. Last letter home, sitting in the tin. Last letter home, everything within. Last letter home, folded at the crease. Last letter home, letting out the peace. The come to be. And though tide and the reef comes up and everything is clear, the fish go still in shallow pools and the whole world appears smaller than before, and more detailed and true. And you can walk on what was ocean with your shoes left at the blue. Low tide showing what was hidden underneath. Low tide, everything comes out to breathe. Low tide, patience brings the reef to land. Low tide, everything is close at hand. Rockin' owns the fish. My uncle laid his traps along the reef edge before dawn, and waited for the tide to pull the water fully gone. Then he'd walk and check them with the sun still low and red. And anything the trapper thought was breakfast done and said. He never took the mothers heavy with their eggs inside. He'd put them back and say leave something living in the tide. Low tide, showing what was hidden underneath. Low tide, everything comes out to breathe. Low tide, patience brings the reef to land. Low tide, everything is close at hand. And there are things in life that only show themselves in the receding, in the quiet after the rush has passed and all the needing has gone out of ways and left the floor exposed. That's when you find what matters, when the wave has closed. Low tide, showing what was hidden underneath. Low tide, everything comes out to breathe. Low tide, patience brings a reef to land. Low tide, everything is close at hand. Red Earth Road goes from the main road up to the house, through the guinea grass, in a silence quiet as a mouse. In dry season, the dust rises in clouds around your shoes. In wet season, your feet sinking and the rope sings the blues. But it's the only road that leads to where the family lives. And so you walk it and you take whatever that road gives. Red Earth Road, under my feet going home. Red Earth Road, no matter how far I roam. Red Earth Road, you color everything I know. Red Earth Road, carrying me where I go. My sister learned to ride her bicycle on that red stretch. She fell 100 times and every time she'd wipe and fetch the bike up and try again until she got it right. And the Red Earth kept the record of her learning in plain sight. Now the road is paved from the main junction to the gate, but the color of that earth still lives in something that I take. Wherever I go, some red is underneath and true. And when I close my eyes, the road is how I find my way to you. Red Earth Road, under my feet going home. Red Earth Road, no matter how far I roam. Red Earth Road, you color everything I know. Red Earth Road, carrying me where I go. Some people talk about their roots like roots are just the saying, but I have seen the roots run red and felt them in my swaying. When the soil you come from has a color and a weight, you carry it inside you wherever you aim a grade. Red Earth Road, my feet going home. Red Earth Road, no matter how far I roam. Red Earth Road, you color everything I know. Red Earth Road, carrying me where I go. You work with a wire in the wood in the shade of the sea. Grape tree, making drops that would sit on the reef floor patiently. His hands had done this 10,000 times and showed it in the skin. Deep calluses and the particular lean of someone who has been bending metal into shape since his grandfather showed him how. And nothing much has changed about the fish pot maker now. Fishpot maker working in the shade. Fishpot maker, everything he's made goes down into the deep and sits and waits. Fishpot maker opening and closing gates. Fishpot maker. Every trap has a funnel that the fish go through one way. Easy to enter and impossible to leave was what he'd say. About the trap and also about the town and also about more. He had a way of speaking that was part of what he wore. I asked him once if he'd ever left this island behind. He said no, and shook his wire and said a man must know his mind. Fishpot maker working in the shade. Fishpot maker, everything he's made goes down into the deep and sits and waits. Fishpot maker. Oh, fishpot maker. Oh, there is a craft in every tool that connects the hand to the sea. And the fishpot maker knows the ocean's personality. Enough to build a door that something living will walk through. That's a kind of knowing that goes deeper than the blue. Fishpot maker. Fishpot maker. Fishpot maker. Fishpot maker. Fishpot maker. Fishpot maker. Whoa. Fishpot maker. Fishpot. Whoa. Fishpot maker. Flat stone by the river where the women used to go before the machines came and changed the whole laundry show. The stone is still there, worn, smoothed by a century of cloth, and the river runs beside it, and the bank is thick with growth. Washing stone by the water's edge. Washing stone, keeping every pledge of clean and honest labor under sky. Washing stone where the real things lie. Beyond stuff girl, my aunt says the best conversation she ever had in life when kneeling at that stone beside her neighbor and the strife of Monday washing sessions that ran from 8 to 2, where everything that happened in the week was talked right through. The laundry was the reason, and the company was the gift, and the stone by the river was where the spirit got its lift. Washing stone by the water's edge. Washing stone, keeping every pledge of clean and honest labor under sky. Washing stone where the real things lie. Ooh, the machine washes cleaner and it takes the half the time. Ooh, but the women wash alone now, and the river runs its rhyme. Without the company of voices, without the weekly share, the stone is still there waiting but it's waiting in the air. Washing stone by the water's edge. Washing stone, keeping every pledge of clean and honest labor under sky. Washing stone where the real things lie.